I'm standing on the dam of this pond, and this pond was built in 1976. For those of you who are history buffs, that is the same year as the bicentennial of the United States of America. It's also the same year that I graduated from 8th grade, if you want to put some of that in perspective. And ponds here in northern Missouri are all impoundments. They're man-made ponds. In fact, here's a pond behind us, down the hill from us, that was made much more recently, like in the last 15 years or so, down the hill. It takes the drainage water from this pond. And its dam is in the distance, the straight line in the distance. So they get a lot more geese over there because it's mowed all the way down to the edges, and geese like to have more open space like that, probably because it takes them a little longer to take off when there's predators. Whereas here it's more, there are more trees and more places to nest around the edges and all that. And so there are more ducks that hang out at this pond. But anyway, these are all impoundments, and this area used to be called the Mississippi Flyway, for 50, 60 miles in each direction from the Mississippi River, and this was a prairie pothole region. And the prairie pothole region had these small little areas, low areas, that were, from a half acre to a few acres in size, that were like little wetlands. And when people came through and started farming these areas, they drained all of these little wetlands that were abundant. And in the tallgrass prairie region, they accounted for an abundance of biodiversity, of reptiles and amphibians and birds and fish and all kinds of things. So anyway, these are here instead for irrigation water and for recreation, things like that. But they replaced the natural system of the prairie potholes, which is one of the reasons why some of this soil in this region is so filled with clay. Any of you who have tried to garden or farm, because it really wasn't necessarily soil that was all built under tallgrass prairies, but much of it was built under these wetlands.